this session of Let Us Talk It webinars. We really appreciate whoever has taken out time and has joined us in this webinar session. Our main goal is to make an effort to create a society which is empowered, enhanced, and wants to know more. And if you know somebody, or if you are part of that community, please do share the link. We bring it every week so that others can be helped. And if you can spread the word, that would be really appreciated. So welcome everyone, all those who have joined in on social media. And yes, we are here again. Wednesdays are focused more on the technical topics, and we have other topics as well. We have youth webinars. We have two groups of youth webinars, a younger group and an older youth group. And if you're interested, please email us at webinar@letustalkit.com to get all information, timings, and all are free. So if you are interested to join in, participate, get your child motivated to do public speaking, then this would be the best platform for you. So with that, with our professional webinars, which happens every week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 12 to 1 p.m. EST, if you want to be a speaker or you know that somebody would be a fantastic speaker, do email us again. Our email is webinar@letustalkit.com. And having said that, we are all set to have the topic for today: strategy for creating successful products, the key to building successful products. So we all want to innovate, to do something new. So this is the best platform. You can interact. If you join this Zoom session, you can even interact with the speaker. And talking about a speaker, we have with us Gaurav Sharma. He is in the IT industry for the last 10 plus years and has previously worked with Accenture, TCS on various software consultancy roles. And in 2018, he bootstrapped IT service company with a team of 30 plus consultants across India and served clients across various verticals. Some of the clients have shared testimonials for the services, including ICICI Bank, UK, SSWL government projects in Sikkim, Zonta, Australia, Ethan Allen, UK, and various startup clients. They are also launching this month their first product, Joby.io, marketplace for camel startups, freelancers, contract employee. If you want to know more about today's topic and what Gaurav is doing about other things that I said just now, please do join in the Zoom link, or you can put your questions in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll take it at the end of the session. So welcome, Gaurav. Thank you so much for joining in. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Fulan, for a brief introduction. And hello, everyone. Okay. So let me start the presentation. I hope, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so all right. So guys, this is me, Gaurav Sharma. Like the Fulan has already shared the brief description about the connecting the dots, that what we are doing and whom we are serving from the last 3 years. So we have been into the IT industry, serving the verticals, different verticals like real estates. If I say about the Gulshan Homes, we have serving the manufacturing sector. We have been just one second. So we have like worked with the fintech sector like ICICI Bank, UK, and so it's been a very vast experience working with the different clientele, and that's why it would be a great learning to share with you all guys, that how you can also bootstrap your business, how you can create the successful product like we did for the clients. Then we started our journey with our new product like Joby.io, which will be the India's freelancer integrated marketplace where they can search jobs, they They will be having their own project management tool, and they will be interacting with the potential client and customers, just like the competitor sites we have already in the place, like Upwork, the freelancer. But like here we will be dealing with only the Indian freelancers, Indian startups. So the more job opportunities and the more value creation for the Indian economy. So like as I told, like we have received numerous testimonials during the last 3 years, and Zonta is one of the biggest NGO all over the world. Like 100 years they have been serving. From the Australia, they have a various verticals. They are engaged in various CSR activities. Like Pitch It Green, that's a Canada-based company. So I will start with before starting with the steps, I would like to go with the first thing which we have to do is like the product strategy. The first part is the idea. Whenever you start a product, the first thing which is the idea. And when you are thinking about the idea, it's like the problem which you really want to solve, the problem which you are dealing with it. Like if I talk about the cab services, if an Uber was solved to solve the problems which was there in the market with the taxi services, so they came into the market, they solved the problems. Then there were the payment related issues, like the money coming from outside India, international payments. We have many like payment gateways, especially the Razor Pay from India has recently become the unicorn, billion-dollar valuation company. So it's like the problem which you have encountered, and then you are creating some product to solve that problem. That's where the journey will start. So this is the first point while creating a successful product, that your idea which can provide a value to the customer, and then it start with the motion, which I call like a repetitive. Like if you are creating a product, then how it will be creating the repetitive customers. If I say the GoDaddy creates a very repetitive business. Like if you are creating a website, you need to definitely host on some server, and if you are into the business, then definitely you will have to pay for a longer term. So it's a repetitive business. So it depends on like if you are an e-commerce product, it could be a one time, and then later on you will start loving and take those products. So it's the motion, the product which you are creating. So you have to be a vision in your mind, that how repetitive customers you are looking forward for it, or it's just like a one time and go. So this is not my presentation would be about. Like you have to create a repetitive business. So the presentation is made in for those potential customers. And then the thing is the profit. Like you have created the idea, you have the repetitive customers, then definitely that you have to provide the profit to your customers. Be it like if I say Razor Pay is providing the profit to the customers, that you are getting the payments very at a very small amount of service tax. And that's how they become the unicorn, and that's how we also serving various clients through Razor Pay. So it's a global chain they have created, and that's how the product journey start. And before going to the step one, I will means like request to see this important quote from Zap Bezos. He said the common question that get asked in business is why. That's a good question, but an equally valid question is why not. So like we know that he's the richest person, and that's how he created the product. Like he started from a business of a school, sorry, books, and then from the books he went to the Amazon Kindle, and now serving lots and lots of different products through Amazon. What we try to find, we can find it out through Amazon, right? So like if but the problem is most of the startups which do is like they just think about like why they want to create. They don't think about why not. Means like there are two things there. If you decide something that this is something you have to create a product, then you have to argue with your mindset, like why not, I can do this. So during why not you will create a different sort of strategies. You will be having a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset, and that will be a trigger, that will be a difference in like differentiating you between the average and the legend, the ionic the people. And that's how like you have to create a growth mindset by challenging yourself. And that's what like Jeff Bezos did during the last decade, and he's continuously doing. Like you must have heard about the news of his through drone they will be transferring the goods, and that would be a game changer. So you have to be innovative. So now I will before you must have got an idea that how the product journey start. And now we will go with the step one, which is my favorite also, because this is something which 90% of the startups actually don't do. So this is the year called as target market. That's know your customers. Like we know that I belong like for the millennials generation, which someone can call Gen Y generation as well. And then there is a generation Gen Z, which is like the guys girls who are born after 1995, like those generation. And then we have the baby boomers, Gen X generation, like our parents would in my parents is on Gen X generation. So there are different sort of segments before that. Like when you are creating a product, you have to think about these generation, the generations. It's like 15 to 20 years. Every 10 to 15 years there is a change in the globalization, there is change in the digital trend. Like if I talk about the recent generation Gen Z, this is the youngest generation who have the digital things in their hand. And this is the first generation out of all those four. And when you are creating a product, we should know actually that like to which customers you are targeting your product. It could be for all generations, like Tata Salt. They have something they are serving for all. And you could have a product which it's just for like millennials or Gen Z generations. You're targeting for the two generations. Like if I talk about the recent Unbox, there's a no code uh, tool has been in just recently USA. A week back they become a $1 billion company in 2020. And it was very quick way to achieve that. They are not using any front end technology, they are not using any back end technology. So this is like every generations come with a very innovative approach. And that's why we should know that which the product which we are creating, it's actually how we will be disrupting the market, or we will be just going with a radical approach. So the first thing, you have to decide your market segment. And after the target segment you have decided that like I will go with this market, then you will have to identify uh, things about them that if I say about the recent Gen Z generation, if I talk about these guys, if I have talked with various college placement cells, their students. And uh, they want the brands to take the stints if something is happening bad. If you have saw in the last year USA, there was a racism attack was there. So Pinterest, their CEO and all the companies, we know what happened there. So they after that they took the stand. But yes, the generation, you have to think about that what their ideology, what they think about what they do. So then only you will be able to interact, and you will get to know how you are going to develop the product for that. And like the millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, you will have to think about that for which generation you are creating a product, their pros, their cons. You need to think about all of that. So let me uh, go to the next screen. So once you have decided your customer, then comes your mission, your vision, and the values. So although it will sounds like it's a very small thing, like mission, vision, and values. You can just you can just take a paper and put down everything, but actually it's not like that. It's your soul which decide that what actually you want to do. Mission, what we are doing, and vision is what we are seeing the future for our product to achieve. And the values which we will be doing, like if I talk about Tata, being ethical is one of their value. They have, they come into your DNA, they come into your product. So the before you are launching your product into the complete marketplace, you have to first of all think about it with your stakeholders, with the people you will be working, that what actually you want to achieve. You will have to go on a, like, study the different brands which have done, like Amazon. Their if you talk about their vision, is they want to be the earth most customer oriented company, and they are doing it. You just talk with any Amazon service, like AWS is, like, I'm in the tech industry, I have to interact with a lot of AWS infra guy, and when you interact with them, you get to know that why they are the leaders. I think in the last 5 years I have uh, I will rate 100 out of 100, because they hire very good talent. They respond very fast. They are up to the market. They know what the problem will be coming and how they will be solving. They have everything in planned strategy, and that's how they execute it. Uh, they, like you earlier, the product was about to be delivered in like 2 or 3 days. Now we are seeing the trends are changing. It started to deliver even one day, and that's like you have to think about in a big vision, just like Amazon did. LinkedIn do LinkedIn, if you talk about, if you check their website, they have a vision. They want to be they want to create the employment opportunity through network, and that's what they are doing. They have the customers base ready. Even I had the great privilege to use the LinkedIn, and they have helped me a lot in growing the business. I have been lucky to interact with so many potential talent across the globe. So, like, you have to be have a vision, and you have to be a mission. If you are a startup, then definitely you will be drafting your vision first, and then you will be going on the mission. But if you are a company who is already set up, then definitely it will be the hierarchy, that you will be having a mission, that what you will be doing, and the vision you will be seeing. Like the Tesla, they have been creating the vehicles which are good for the environment. So their vision is focused, and then the values are there, that like how they will be driving this mission and vision. With the values, the ethical values comes into the place, the integrities come into the place. So when everything goes combined, then you will be having a culture. So when you are creating a product, just think about it, that for which what will be your vision, what will be your mission, what values you want in the organizations to be there, what culture. It will be automatically adapting when you have these things into the place. You will definitely don't have to work on the culture, it will come automatically. And recently, the last month webinar, you must know about the CRAD application, like Kunal Shah. And he said a very good thing, that on the CRAD application, when the success he achieved, he installed the very he had a very good like a checklist, that how you want to how he wants to work with the employees. So he create a checklist before he create any new product, and he just want that every team should be in sync with what his mission, vision, and values, what he's expecting, so that everyone are on the same page, everyone positive energies goes into the same place. So you have to involve the team should think that it's their product. So that's how the big products are built up, and that's all about your culture, which is being made through mission, vision, and the values. Now, once you have decided your customer segment, then you have made your mission, vision, and values. Now comes the document your process. When you are documenting the things, core technology. Let's start with the core technology. If you're creating a product, you should know that what front end will be using, what back end will be using, if it's a service based or technology related product. Even during the COVID, many services which don't want to be digital, they have to become the digital. And when you are going digital, definitely you would be requiring a technology to serve it. We know what happened with the Academy. They have become a unicorn company like in 2020. They never thought about it that they will be there, but after the COVID, most of the education were online, and when the education went online, then definitely the business grow. And that's what happened with the Razorpay. They become a unicorn company also in 2020. They were slowly growing up, and when this digitalization after the COVID happening, most of the business are going digital. It means more payment gateway would be happening, more things would be happening. So the first thing is technology. You have to think about it, that what technology you would be using, and you have to think about the all the legal aspect of the technologies. If I talk about, let's say, the Microsoft technologies, if you are using, you should know that what license I need to attain for it. You need to check for the open source, that if what are the feedback on the Git repository, which generally people use to refer like dev community, that if there are any alpha beta release and there are coding issues are there. So means everything you need to dig down it. You can't go into the market and just start with the technology. You have to think about it, and then only you should proceed with the next step, which is your target market. You have decided your technology, then you should document your the target market. Like in the slide one, it will go to that only. You have decided there, you have to document it, that how you will be targeting them, what kind of marketing strategies you will be making for them, what types of campaigns you would be creating for them, how soon you would be launching that product for that market. Because if you go very late, it might be possible that the product will not exist into that community. So you definitely have to think about it. And then comes your product service architecture. So once, this is something like I would say 95% of the companies like who start their business do this mistake. uh, like they generally don't create the architecture. Like the technical architecture is a separate thing, like how you will be delivering your services, your complete operation cycles. You need to think about it. You have to draft every sort of your, like if you have a 10 sort of products only, then how the product will scale, how the product will be resale, and what is the core architecture would be there. Like when you can change the things, you will have some document there. Okay, this is my the parent box, and this is how my child boxes are there. If I will remove this product, then what all hierarchy will get changed. In like technology, if we are changing something in some code, like it changes if it's had dependency on some other like functions, like then definitely it just violate those things. So you have to think about that thing. And then your financial forecast is there. uh, you can't start a business without thinking money in your mind, right? And even if you're not thinking, you will not survive a long, because this is how the business run. You will have to think about it, that like how much money you are about to spend into your product. Like would you be bootstrapping your business, or would you be going to the venture capitalist for that things, you, or you would be going with your savings. You have to think about a lot uh, about is that what will be the ROI of this product. It's not something, yeah, I have decided it, let me do things, I will be the Jeff Bezos. It's not like that. it's it's a bullshit thing if you think like that. Because when you are creating a product, you have to be very uh, you have to think about the long term, like the elite legends used to think about. They don't think about the quarter, that this is my sales for the this month. You have to think about for the longer term, and that's how the financial forecast, you need to plan for it. But when you are targeting a vision, it should be definitely a long term. But this is financial, you definitely will come to the place where you would be thinking that this month, this quarter, because you're a startup, you need to track every month that how it's going, how much money you are putting, how much is the customer you are acquiring, which will comes down to your the last step, which is the consumer acquisition plan. So the money you are spending to get a sale for one consumer, that's where consumer acquisition start. So you have those things uh, mm, you have created a product, and now for the consumer, let's say Gen Z generation, which you have targeted it, now you have to create the marketing videos, you have to create the social media for them, uh, and you will have to do the SEO, PPC, so all the digital marketing is stuff, or might be you will be doing the off marketing. Due to COVID, many of the off works are generally not happening, but still it's a part of it. So you have to think about it, that like how much money you will be putting on it, how you would be acquiring your customer, and then you have to strategize it. So let me go to the fourth step, which is like focus on the radical improvements over the incremental innovation. So radical improvement is something like which you do when you are generally starting a very new business. uh, let's think first with an example of an iPhone. When the iPhone, Steve Jobs launched it, uh, we know like it has been changed a lot, but it initially it was uh, a very good invention in terms of a radical, but it goes to the incremental innovation later on. Like it started with one thing, that like we will be having this feature, but when you are shifting your feature, or you are updating your feature as per your consumers, then it's called as incremental innovation. So in incremental innovation, just like iPhone, when it was launched, there were so many players which are now in the market. OnePlus, Mi are there, so they all are launching their phones in the market. So for that, you needs a lots of money, because there is already a product in the market. You have to go beyond them. For that, you have to put a lots of money and effort to beat the competitor, because this is already in the market. You have to just take an advantage, you have to be incremental over that. So for the startups, I won't recommend this approach. It's better to go on the radical segment. If I talk about the radical, the best example, then I will explain. It's 23 hours. It's Gillette. Like the men's, we have the initially one blade, then two blade, the three blade. So they focused on the man sector a lot. Like they take a very small step. They know that this is their customer segment which they want to target. They want to improve their product on that area, and for that, like you can go a very calculative steps you can take. You can be a leader into the market on the correct time. So that is a example of a radical improvement. So when you are a startup, think about going with the radical improvements rather than going to the incremental shoot up improvements. So this will be the like the product journey you have to. The fourth step is like just think about a specific customer segment which you want to target, and then I will come to the next. Okay, so this is your update your DNA. This is like when you have acquired, like you have created the vision mission, you know your like which customers you will be targeting. You have all the process documents completely in plan. and you have decided that yes, you are taking a radical improvement, and then this part will come, which is like you have to update your DNA. Why it's called as a DNA? Because actually it's something you will, the product need to inherit it. The first thing is associate. Now like associate, I will start with the Steve Jobs. Like the Steve Jobs, most of the people might not know that he used to come to India for meditation, and he do love the calligraphy. He do follow Mercedes Benz. So you will see there are different dots are there. At one end he's having a Mercedes Benz thought, he thinking about the complete, the minimal design they have, the thinking about the calligraphy, and then the piece. So he connected all the dots, he associated his product, he created an iPhone. So you have to associate with yourself. You might be having some different dots, you just need to connect, like we do in connecting the dots. We used to discuss with the clients their different like when they are launching a product, when they are creating a product. So you have to discuss with them, you have to discuss the vision of that product, and that's how you connect your dots. And this is the first step, you have to associate. You have to go, means like just not status quo, you have to think about it like how I will be connecting it, and then you have to question it. So then with the question, it start with I would say again an example I will share with you, that when you have created, you have associated yourself. Ratan Tata, if you Google it, there is a good quote which he shared: the question the unquestionable. So this is a very good tactics which can help you to create the definitely a good product, that we know that what question can be asked, but what are those questions which answers we are not available, and why not, like these sorts of things, why and why not. Again, that I will go to the first slide where Zaf also said these things. So you have to like think about it, like when you're creating a product, that okay, this is my question, and I have to think about the different version of it, like why not. Those segments you have to go for that, like the thing which can be done is like you can conduct a survey. You can go with the many consumers, with the potential customers you which we having, and then you will be finding out, okay, I was thinking like this, and actually the audience was expecting like that. So this is something, the second thing which you have to question. Then it comes the observation. So observation, I would say the good example uh, of QuickBooks. Like QuickBooks was invented by Cook, and it's a USA based company. And one day, wife of Cook is just walking over the the computer, and was creating investing a lot of time in creating the invoice for someone. uh, and he was troubled that why like she have to do a repetitive sort of a task every day. And if you will again think search about him, then definitely that's how he created this organization. He created QuickBooks. Even we use QuickBooks, and it's a very good platform for creating the invoice, reminder for the invoice. You just put the amount which you need, the reminder would be automated. You can anytime just log into the last financial invoices are there, you can share it with your GST uh, person. So everything is very automated, what they have provided. But the thing is started with observing. So you have to definitely go, and you have to observe even a minute details. If you talk about the observe, you will have a great example of Ratan Tata as well. Like when he invented the Tata Nano, he said in just a few months back in one of the directory uh, by means documentary, sorry. And in that, one couple was going on the scooter, and he thought that why can't we provide something, a four-wheeler to them for the Indian economy to boost up? Why they can't afford a car? So he created something, a product for them. Although due to definitely a not good marketing, like they use something words like a cheapest, which Indian market didn't accepted it. It could be an affordable word, which even Ratan Tata said in later interviews that the word says a lot. So if the cheapest and afford, there is a very different mindset, and that's how like you have to think about your product. You have to observe it. You have to take the learnings from the legends, and then you have to definitely, the fourth point is you experiment is something which is like you have to keep on doing when you have created a product like Zaf. He started with the books, and then they went to different like Kindle. Now, who would have thought something like the you would be having the books on something like Kindle? But yes, this is like it happens with the experiment. They keep on doing it, and that's was in their DNA, and that's how your product will get improved. You can't be stick to one segment, right? Then network. So see, networking is a definitely very big key. Like we have so many platforms like TEDx is there, in which now TED, they have a vision: spread your ideas. Amazing, spread your ideas. And they created something, a platform that like every entrepreneur who is starting their business, every developer, every designer, every product service, each and every guys can definitely learn like how you have to network. That's the power of network. Like 3 years back, like I have the very privilege to meet the Indigo vice president Nitin Sethi, and that's I connected with him through some networking. And at the end of the day, we become means like I follow him. I used to take a lots of advice from him, and that's how we grow. Because you can't grow with like on your own. You definitely need your mentors. You need to interact with those people. In my recent startups which I have worked within, my previous mentor, like this Sparks IT Solution, it's a Noida based company. If you Google it, their CEO, like that's how you learn from them. They how they means like they have created a business empire which is keep on growing. Means like you search for the examples outside, but there are examples which are very near to you. So you have to find it, you have to respect that, you have to learn from it. So it's like taking example from someone you know. It's something a good thing to start with it. You can learn a lot from it, and then definitely you should have a vision with that. So this is something like update your DNA, which is a very core thing to think about the product. And then there is a quote on this, like you need to get to the future ahead of your customers and be ready to greet them when they arrive. So you know Mark Banoff, he is a Salesforce CEO who recently acquired Slack. So I took this quote. I really liked it because uh, we know that like how he started a business with they were having their complete software products which they need to install. And when they saw that Bill Gates and all are going on the internet, they are having everything is getting digitalized. They quickly adapted to the remote sales cloud system. And then they know that this is the Slack is growing, then they definitely acquired at the right time. So you have to be very your leadership, the team which is creating the product, they have to think about it on the longer term. You have to keep on updating your things, that what is happening across the industry, across the globe, what will be the correct time. You can't be the like disaster happened with the Kodak, the Nokia, the thing, they were not like they achieved the success, but everyone can't digest the success, right? So this is a very important step. Like you have to be very on the ground, be very humble, be very helpful, be the kindest person on the earth. If you can do that thing, that would be great. And that's how like you grow. So that will take me to the this is something be like camel. So this is something um, uh, the the last and the most important step in like the in the product strategy. uh, we know that like how camel can means like walk for a long amount of hours in the desert area and without water. So what we can learn from them, what the product can learn from them, this is something like you have to think about it. Like the first thing is like the survival. The camel know how to survive without water. So our the product is made to survive. Like the COVID happened, who would have thought that like this thing will come and this will disrupt the complete segment. But if you would have been a camel startup, then definitely you know how to survive, because that's how your mission vision was created. That's that your process document was created. Every five step which initially created has taken to you the last step, which is camel step. You know the basics thing. You were following the radical approach. You are the one who can survive. When you are doing some a sort of a business in which you have to put a lots of money and every marketing and all those things, then that business will be the most prone in during this segment, because there will be definitely an effect on the cash flow. But a startup like camel startup, they can definitely adjust. They will just wait for the correct time and then they will grow again. So you have to like, and they do with the like they don't burn the cash money of the venture capitalists, like most of the like 2020, I think 11 startup in India have been like listed in the unicorn segment. Like if I talk about Nika, they were the Postman, and the Postman is again related to the API. Like they provide the APIs, and in the digitalization, most of the technology company have went to that. So uh, so they Postman, if you Google it, it was 9-year old company, I think more than that then, and they become a unicorn company in during the COVID time. So what they have done is they were just like a camel. They were waiting for the correct time. They were survival, and now they have achieved it. So if you're not achieved something, you don't have to worry about it. The time will come, and this is how the product will go. For that, you can't just wait. You have to just keep on thinking about it, like making how it will grow your business, how in and all process will be working, how you will be adapting your strategies. But at the same time, uh, you have to think on the survival. This will be the most important thing. And you have to raise money when you actually need it. If I talk about us, like in 2018, when I bootstrapped the business, means like it's not like I wanted to leave a job and do something. It was just in my back of my mind after working in Accenture as a consultant, the working with the Fortune 500 clients. It was in back of my mind when my mentors pushed me that, Gaurav, you have those entrepreneur capabilities. Why don't you create something, a product like that? If I would have gone into the product initially in 2018, I know that it would be a disaster product, because that's why I started with the service sector, because I know that I don't have the great knowledge of how to create a product. So I bootstrapped the business. I worked with the service based client. I helped them to scale their business, how they grow. Most of the clients with I worked, like if it was a pitch at green, they won the award from the Canada Prime Minister. When I worked with the ICCI Bank UK, I was very fortunate. They shared a testimonial for our services. When I worked with Zonta, they shared the testimonial. When I worked with the Sikkim government projects, we got the testimonials. So it was like you have to think about your the business, that like you have to go very slowly. You will if you think that like you have to grow very fast, you just need everything in 2 months, 3 months. That's not it happen. You have to be very patient for it. And for that, I just follow one thing is called as a good karma. Like I do believe on it. So this is like you have to keep doing the good things. You have to think good about your people. You have to be very grounded, and that's like your startup scale. And I will be leaving you the notes with the one of my means, like I follow Sudha Murthy a lot. She said, mindset has more power than anything else in the world. So everything goes to the mindset. If you are creating a product, you should have a growth mindset. When the sixth step, you can, then only you will, it will be achievable for you for the success, if you have the good mindset. If like what we do generally is, when we envy of someone that, yeah, he was my friend, how could he do something like that? Don't do this will not take you anywhere. For creating a good products, for products, you have to become friend. You have to have a good mindset. Let's help others. When you help someone 1x, you will get 100x return. And that's how the circle began. That's what I have learned in during the last 3 years during the business. That, and that's, I will keep on doing it because it's giving a good return. That you have to be very good with the people, and that's how you're when you're good with the people, you are inside happy, then definitely it will go outside, and then definitely you can create a good product. So everything, when you are starting a product, you have to have your good mindset, growth mindset ready, and then definitely you can grow. So I think uh, I have done my part, like sharing you the 6 steps, and I would love to answer the questions if you do have. So over
Yeah,
to you.
such a wonderful presentation, Gaurav. Thank you so much for your insights and vision and your conviction about what you're doing. So yeah, it's you can feel free to anybody can feel free to unmute themselves and ask any questions if any. Yeah. So yeah, if there are no questions, I think the presentation is pretty good. I have a general question about how is Jobby progressing right now?
Okay.
The latest going on with that.
Okay, so we launched the Jobby on 1st of Jan, 2021, and we got a very good response. Like 200 plus sign up were there in the initial first week only, and those were of my known people, the freelancers, the corporates. I interacted personally with all of them during the last 6 months, and most of my LinkedIn connections knows that, like, why he's pinging, why he's calling us. But this is like what I need to do to understand actually the problem of the freelancers, to understand the problem of the corporates. So so the model has been created. We are doing the right step. Means like we done the projects, demo projects with the with our known clients, and it worked successfully. The freelancers got the work, the corporate got the good talent, and that was our key. And we want to create the platform where everything is very transparent. You have a project management system there, your payment get paid on time. When you are creating you are updating your profile, it's a big problem in Upwork and every freelancer website, because they have been created in 15-20 years back. It's not their fault, but at that time you can check other freelancers rates, you can check other skill, you can copy it, you can just create your profile, copy all those stuff, and then might be the person who has put that thing, they have put a lot of amount of hours of that. But right now we created a platform in which it's your individual identity. You create your profile, it will not be visible to someone else, and you submit it to your potential client. We are not someone who is bragging your 10 to 20% commission. Just go ahead, whatever price you want to it, just interact with them. And then we have a Jobby consultant into our product, which would be like creating the business documents, business case documents, the product, exactly how the project will be running. Because if you see the other freelance website, they are just doing the matchmaking. We want to actually solve the problem. So we connected with the different corporates and the freelancers. They liked the idea. Then after liking their idea, we asked them to register, and then just worked with the real clients. And then after getting a good response, after getting some bad feedbacks, which we quickly corrected it, and that's how like you have to update the business model.
Okay, yeah, it looks good actually. Good UI and sounds like a good platform. But if you're looking at the differentiators, I know you already mentioned some differentiation. But with the similar other products, what are your other core differentiators for this
Okay.
platform?
Okay. So when the freelancers, they have to pay the money to be there on the platform. Like it's not free. If you so talk about Upwork and all, we are not charging money from them. So this is the first thing which they love it, because we are not charging for them. It's and then when you are registering into the platform, we are solving the problem of resume. Earlier the companies need the hardcore resume. We have a very digital resume. We are giving an option where you can upload your video about yourself, you can upload the company video, and the person who is checking your profile, they can have all the access to your LinkedIn, your Git, and then they can decide actually they want to give you a project or not. So you have to come with all the information to them before the client give you a project. So we solve that problem. Means like we are not doing that, like we will not show this information, we will not show the information, because we just want to reach to the correct people. That's how like we want to go ahead. And after the creating a product, then like the biggest differentiator again, that will be again this, the consultants are there. uh, we have hired those consultants from the different segments, which would be like if a real estate project is there, someone from a medical sector can't help the client much. For that you need a experienced guy who can help you out, but client don't know the value of those consultant initially. And that's the consultant is the highest paying field as of now after the COVID, according to the USA report. So that's how the consultants will rule the market in upcoming like 5 to 10 years for so. And that's would be the key things, that client would have access to hire them, and then they will be interacting with uh, the the freelancers. They can create those milestones and they can manage their project easily. They will be having their ratings. So everything is just streamline the process, the UI, the UX. We have created a PWA. Like users are generally fed up of less space in their mobile application, so we went for the latest technology, which Flipkart earlier said in the $1 billion sale, that the PWA is the uh, breakthrough technology. Like they have the most sale through it. Means like you just place an icon over your browser window on your mobile. It looks like an app. You click on it, your browser will open, and you feel like you have a mobile app. And we focus on the technology part. So if our competitors are not right now into the PWA, and when they will be start doing this, they will need some 5 to 7 months for that, and then till then we will be advancing to the next stage.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, thank you so much again for your time. I think, if there are not any questions, just want to let all the audience know that, we have these webinars every week on many days in a week. And we have also Let Us Talk at Youth series. There are 2 youth groups that present webinars, live webinars. There are prep sessions, like the public speaking prep sessions for the youth on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. And then we have yoga on Wednesdays and Sundays. So Let Us Talk, it is all about creating an empowered and informed community. So we thank all the audience and all the wonderful speakers. And we thank we thank you, Gaurav, for your valuable time today. And you can stay for a few more minutes once we are done with the live, so that we can just have a 2-minute chat.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, bye-bye.